This is an attempt to investigate the use of this bundle rack for standpipe evolutions. It comes with three different variations, some of which include intentional mistakes. This time we lay the standpipe pack on the stairs, simulating someone just dropping it in the stairs. The line gets charged in the stairs. Of course, placing the standpipe rack in the stairs is not the optimal placement solution. However, you'll see that once the line gets charged, that it deploys almost as well as it would had that line been placed on a landing. You do see some significant kink generation, but those kinks tend to work themselves out. Also, you have that potential with any sort of standpipe rack that you use. So this time again, we're going to use 100 feet of hose. We're going to make the same mistake as before and deploy it from a position in the stairwell. The line is going to be charged. To compound the problem this time, however, we're going to have someone pull the nozzle through one of the loops as opposed to over the loops. We're pretty sure it's going to kink. The question is how much it kinks and how much those kinks or impact the operation. Beyond the kink problem, we're pretty certain it's going to form a knot, and it does. The question becomes how much the knot impacts the ability to A, deploy the line, and B, trying to take a rough guess at how much it impacts fire flow. You can see that the knot does cause some problems with advancement. It's going to take a second firefighter to help advance the line due to increased friction hose on hose creates. The knot formation does not seem to be a fatal flaw in that towards the end of this segment, you'll see that the crew is able to reduce the severity of bends in the rope, or not the rope, the hose, and that even without a flow meter, one could assume that we should be able to substantiate close to normal flows out of the hose. In this final segment, we take what is not a standard configuration for us, and that it is 150 feet of hose. We place that hose on a landing. With this 50 extra feet, the question is how does that extra 50 impact the way this hose is deployed? You'll see that the water fills the hose and it spreads out as it typically does, pretty well, that is, and that advancing the line is not a significant issue. One of the possible benefits of using 150 over a 100 here is that it increases the likelihood that your gate, where the line is being extended from, does not rest in the stairwell, but rather on the floor, in the hallway. You'll see one of the big questions that comes up with using this rack is what happens if someone steps in the middle. And I would argue that you run into that same problem no matter how you flake out your holes in a stairwell, and that in this case, the footprint, the amount of actual square footage that is impacted by the hose is reduced over standard methods for deploying hose in a standpipe situation or stairwell. Final comment is that the use of 100-foot lengths of hose would probably reduce the likelihood that the hose couplings would be caught up in the stairwell and hamper the advancement of the line.